All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Still setting things up as we speak here. Um, so as you can see, I'm home in one piece. Um, hold on. Am I gonna play MGS2? Not right now. I'm actually on break from school, and I'm gonna go back to school. I just wanted to come back home to just kind of do a quick recap because I'm going to work later, and I might stream tonight. I'll update people in my Discord, but basically I started school today, and I also get back to work today, so I'm gonna be making my schedule while I'm at work for my stream. But definitely gonna be seeing some like MGS2 for sure. Um, and getting prepared for SGDQ because I'm most likely going to that as well. A friend of mine from Canada said that she was going to go, so that increases my chances of going even further. I'm about 80% sure that I'll be going to Minneapolis in June, but yeah, I think it was pretty successful. I had a couple of slip ups here and there at the GDQ run, but I mean that's just going to happen. We passed 1,000 followers, which is pretty huge. I didn't think that that was going to happen anytime soon, and GDQ just gave me a little extra push. But overall, the whole experience of going to AGDQ was really nice. Hey, thank you so much, Byzantine. Hope I'm saying your name right. That's not to say that there weren't any issues during the event as well, and I'm not talking about like drama, but like just in general. So I left Saturday morning, went to the airport, my dad dropped me off, and then I arrived, and I was the first one to get there that was in my little small group. Yes, I'm up early because I started school today. So like my small group, you have Minnie, Plywood, and his girlfriend Daily. Daily and Plywood, they were driving in from the Chicago area, so they had to drive about 12 hours or so, and then Minnie was flying in from New York, and this flight was a little bit later, so I had to wait around the airport for about an hour and a half. Finally met him. I've only talked to him online, and meeting him in person was a bit awkward at first, but I mean most meetings like that are, and eventually by the end of the trip we were good friends. Yeah, to my knowledge there's about 140,000 people watching, which is crazy. But yeah, first thing is the choice of the hotel wasn't by me, it was by Plywood's girlfriend Daily, which bless her heart, because it was a really cheap stay going to that hotel because she has some like connections and stuff. The only issue is that where I flew into, it was about a 50-minute car ride, so I had to take a taxi all the way there because Uber would have just taken too long. So we decided to like take a taxi and then split the fare. Fare ended up being like $62 or something like that. But yeah, we got there, got all set up, and then we went to the event because the Plywood was gonna be running late. We got Chipotle, and then we went to the event. Very nice hotel, very big hotel. They had a lot of stuff to do. There was an arcade, 2 practice rooms, 1 public, 1 private. They had a whole table for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The stream room was fairly large. They had I think there's 3 projectors, and they had like a ton of chairs everywhere. And then just seeing the behind the scenes of like what they're doing is just a big production. And trying to think back, because that was day 0 essentially, because that was on Saturday, because my run was on Sunday. I think I spent most of my time in the public practice room just hanging out and practicing and whatnot, and then met up with a couple people like Pythonicus and eventually Black Badger later on, and I think Metal Glen Solid as well. Plywood and Daily didn't get in until about 9 p.m. because they had left a little bit later, and then they had ran into some traffic. We got smoothies like day 2 or so. Yeah, we went to Tutti Frutti. But I believe day 0, if I remember correctly, we went to this nearby pizza place called And Pizza, and they have these like flatbread like pizzas, and like it's like customizable things, like choose your own thing. And one of my other friends came in from Maryland as well, and like it was like a last second thing, and he had came in, and one of my other friends was like jokingly saying like, yeah, Dump's gonna show up, and I was even asking during the walk to this pizza place, I'm like, hey, whatever happened to like Furry? And like he's kind of like made something up, but little did I know is that Furry pretty much following us the entire time. And once we got there, sat down, I like looked at him and I'm like, holy shit, that's furry. And then that was nice. But after that was all said and done, went back to the hotel. Day one, the day of my run, I woke up early and then didn't waste any time in going to the private practice room in order to get my run ready. Did a couple of practice runs. Like my one big practice run was actually Big Boss rank, which is really cool, and it was fairly successful. There's only a couple problems that I had to just work out, and some of those things just showed up during the final run, but it's not a big deal. But like right after day one, it was pretty much, you know, I can do whatever. I mean, there's the Metal Gear games on Thursdays. Yo, Carl with the tier 1 sub, and I actually have my thing muted. Sorry about that, but yo, Carl, thanks for the sub, man. How you doing, man? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, my run happened, which I'll be showing right here. I won't be watching the entire thing, but I'll be showing a majority of it because I do have class in like 2 hours or so. So hell yeah. Think. Why are you in the middle of the universe? Because I like this background, and I wanted some kind of background, and this is like the best background that I can find. It's kind of like galaxy and stars and shit, so I usually use that. But speaking of like the run, my run was at prime time day one Sunday, so I was like the 7th run of the day. And I mean, by the time that my run came on, it was like 9 p.m. over there, so it was like prime time. And like as you can see, next we had the Colossus, God of War 2, and then Bomberman. But my initial thoughts of going there is that like I was gonna be super nervous. I'm gonna be like in the middle of like everyone, but in reality, it's just further up from the crowd, and then there's the TV. I'm in my chair, and then there's the couch behind me of Mini, Python, and Plywood, and then there's a backup couch with, like, you know, the MGSR crew and whatnot. And it didn't really feel like it was that bad, because it felt like I was just playing the game, except there was just a bunch of people behind me, and it just didn't feel as intimidating as I had thought. What was the IGT? So for this, I could not go to the credits because the credit sequence is 10 minutes long. If you want to guesstimate, you would add 10 minutes and 15 seconds, and that gives you a rough estimate of my IGT for the run. So this run would have been a 136.16, around there. Hey, thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. Thanks for the host, Strafe. But yeah, so day one happened. Like, there's only a couple bad things that like happened during the trip in general. For one thing, for whatever reason, I had really bad stomach pains and stomach ache throughout most of the event. I don't know if that was because of travel, but I normally don't get sick that often. But like, pretty much day one, I had like really bad stomach cramps. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just nervous. The run happened, it subdued a little bit, then went to bed. Next day, the same stomach pains happened, so I'm like, okay, this isn't just my nerves, because I think Plow suggested, oh man, you're just nervous or whatever. So I got some medicine though, but yeah, for about half the trip, I was plagued with stomach pains. Hey, thanks for the host, Peaches. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to like remember all that we did, because we did a lot. I mean, ate a lot of food, ate a lot of bagels. There was a really good bagel place within walking distance, and this is my first GDQ. Like, the norm for the previous GDQs, whenever they were held in Virginia, I believe, is that you had to drive out to go get food, and like, this one was like located with a bunch of stuff nearby. There was a kebab place, which I ate at. There was kebab. There was like McDonald's, Wendy's, Popeyes nearby, pizza. They had like Korean barbecue pretty nearby. They had a Filipino place that we had driven to that was like a mile away. Like, there was a lot of stuff. Yeah, like, I don't know. And then Plywood was also sick during this year. Yo, Python. And all of it was expensive. The Korean barbecue was expensive. Everything else I felt was fairly priced or wasn't that bad. Yeah, Korean barbecue was really expensive. Actually, yeah, it was like 30 a person. Something like that. I mean, stuff wasn't that badly priced, in my opinion. It was just the Korean barbecue, which I'd never had previously. And I mean, it was alright. It wasn't my thing, but Yeah, we ate a lot of food, and we went to a retro game store, which actually I gotta show my loot, so I'll be right back. Give me like 1 minute. I'm gonna go get my suitcase from the other room and just grab my stuff real quick. Oh wait, is it here? Oh, I think it's right here. Okay, never mind. I can show it off right here. I am prepared already. I got all my stuff from East Starland Games, which is a really big retro game store in Virginia. They have a lot of stuff, including imports. So, that big stack right here. MGSR GDQ curse, I hope not. I'm shocked I came away from AGDQ with only minor congestion. Wasting money. I spent about a little over 100 at the store, which I think I spent the most out of everyone in the group, but I mean, I didn't mind. There was a lot of cool stuff. So, for one thing, since I'm getting my my like upscaler soon, and for SGDQ, I'm gonna submit Sons of Liberty on the PS2 PAL version, since that has some cool stuff in it. I got brand new DS2 controller in some nice silver. These are pretty good condition as well. So, got a new DualShock 2. That'll be for PS2. The only import game that I got, which this is Gran Turismo Concept. This came out in 2001, and I don't know much about it because I never even heard of the game. But this only came out in Japan, and there's a bunch of concept cars, including the Toyota Pod, which the new self-driving cars are like kind of looking similar to that. Like I think the self-driving taxi looks similar to that. But yeah, so this will be fun. That was in my bag already, but that's MGS2. Hey, Famsgar, how you doing? But only having a hoodie, going out to smoke in 20-degree weather and snow. Yeah, it was snowing quite a bit. I'm wanting to speedrun this game. Promise Center Second Opinion. This was, I believe, speedrun on the DS at the event, but I'm a big fan of this series in general. Previously I had played it on the DS, never played it for the Wii, but really wanted this game, and really glad that they had this. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, how you doing, man? Or Moons, excuse me. We're gonna watch my GDQ run in a second. I'm just gonna show off what I got. And as if MGS2 wasn't enough, I now have the North American document of MGS2, which is like a behind the scenes of like how the game was made, and then there's 5 VR missions. Now, for this, I already have this, but it's a PAL, because the PAL Sons of Liberty version came with this for free, I guess as an added bonus because the game was delayed, amongst other things. But I found this and I'm like, all right, I'll get this. And the most underrated Crash Bandicoot game ever made, Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, which is, funny enough, published by Konami. A lot of cool levels in here, a lot of cool stages, and a lot of mechanics and stuff. Definitely looking to play this, maybe even speedrun. And I was trying to add to my Tekken collection because I have Tekken 7 and Tekken Tag 2. They had some other Tekkens, but they were imports. The only English one that I could find on the floor, at least, was Tekken Tag Tournament 1, which I've heard good things about anyway. So, excited to play that. So, got all these at the store with the controller. A little over 100. I mean, it may have been a little bit more expensive, but some of the prices were a lot better than my local retro game store. Like, they had consoles that were $20 cheaper than the ones that were here in Houston. Crash 3, best Crash. Yeah. So that's all my loot. Only other, like, souvenirish stuff that I did get was I got the runner shirt, which was given to me for free. And I think that's about it. I didn't do much, like, sightseeing or, like, souvenir shopping. I just ate a lot of food and hung out at the GDQ area a lot, which, by the way, if you go to GDQ, you will not be in the stream room for very long. I was in the stream room for my run, the 2D Metal Gear runs on Thursday, and then I popped in for the Odyssey run. And then once they hit 2 million, and then after the Odyssey run ended, I went back to my room. So I was not even in the stream room for that long. But I mean, some people, they like to watch the stream, but there's so much to do at the events. There's an arcade, they have board games, tournaments, people to hang out with. Like there's a lot of stuff to do. I met a lot of cool people as well, and meeting them face to face rather than, you know, talking through online. How many copies of MGS2 do I have? It's a funny question. Let me see. One, I'm not gonna count the documents. HD collection English, HD collection Japanese. Right here, MGS2 PAL, and I think Substance. Only other one that I physically own. Yeah, MGS2 Substance. And I also bought the PC version, which I did not fully own whenever I ran PC, as most people do not. Yeah, I will be having the actual PC version sometime in February on disc with the box, which is really cool. I really wanted to find one with the box. So that plus the documents as well. And I own, I think, PSN on English and Japanese as well. But yeah. Were you apart from the clap? Oh yeah. I was doing the whole single clap. Yeah. I think I popped in like towards the tail end. Like I popped in fairly late into the run because I was still hanging out, and I think I was in the practice room for a little bit, and then I was in the arcade hanging out with Cat Link, Maxi Lobes, and Python and Metal Glenn. I hung out with them at the arcade. Then I went up to my room to go check on my roommate because I hadn't seen him because he was actually feeling sick. And then I went down for the tail end of the Odyssey run. Still in the stream room for a fair amount because I'm an antisocial doofus. See, I try to be antisocial, but then see, like, the group leader in like Plywood, he was like wanting to do a bunch of stuff, so I felt like I was just constantly moving around a lot, which isn't that bad. It's just kind of forced me to talk to people, which is all right. But I'm just kind of shy at first, like if I don't know the person. But like definitely talking to someone through online does help, especially whenever you meet them face to face. It's kind of a little barrier break there, but yeah, ate a lot of food, had a lot of fun. If I do it again, I'm probably not going to say the whole week, because I started getting really homesick towards like Friday and Saturday. So yeah, I think if I go to SGDQ, which is very likely, I may only stay till about Friday. And my initial thought is that the runs were going to be ending on Sunday. I didn't know that they ended on Saturday night. So that's why I had stayed till Sunday, because I thought there was going to be more stuff going on. But as soon as the Metroid run ended, just breakdown. Yeah, it was kind of bittersweet. Like, I wanted to go home, but at the same time, it was a really good experience. I met a lot of cool people there. I definitely didn't think it would be this much fun of an experience, and just on top of it, being part of that 2 million or the 2.3 million that was raised for the charity is also something that kind of warms my heart a little bit. I know that my run didn't, rack in all the donations, but just being a small little part of that does make me feel very humble. You don't want to be home? So, transitioning into what happened yesterday. So, my roommate left the room at like 4 or 5 a.m. because he had a flight to make. So, I woke up, no one was there. I'm like, cool, whatever. I'll just leave my key on the counter and then I'll leave. I was debating on either waiting at the hotel or waiting at the airport. I decided to just wait at the airport because, I mean, I might as well, right? So, get to the airport, everything's fine. Starts to snow throughout the day, and it's been snowing since like Saturday. Yeah, yes, it's over. So get to the airport, it's snowing. I'm kind of getting worried because like I've heard there's like snow warnings and stuff. There's like 4 to 6 inches of snow, and then my flight still shows to be on time. So I'm like, okay, cool. Board my plane around 4 o'clock, and then we're told that they have to close down the runway due to ice, and they have to clear a bunch of snow and stuff, and that we are in line to get de-iced. About 1 hour passes, and there's been a couple small updates. The plane next to us, which was a Delta Express jet, they had just deplaned on the runway. Like, they brought out the like little staircase thing on the runway, and they were walking back towards the gates. And I'm just like, what the hell's going on here? And here, like, no further updates. And about 2 hours pass, and they say, hey, we don't have very good news. The weather is getting extremely bad, and the de-icing machine, which is a little liquid that they pour over the plane to make sure that none of the ice builds up and like creates drag. That machine is currently broken, and it is getting really bad. And as per law, if you are in a plane stationary for 2 hours before takeoff, you have to deplane and then get back on at like something like that. So we were forced to take everything, get off the plane. I'm calling my dad. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Should I just stay another night? It's looking really bad. And very last second, because like they started boarding, which seemed like about 5 minutes later, and they started boarding the plane, and I'm on the phone with dad. I'm like, do I stay or do I go? And he's like, you know what? After all the crappy flights that I've been through, I think you'll be okay. I said, all right, cool, I'll go. Because I was looking, and they would not accommodate me for the hotel because it's the weather, but they would rebook my flight for free. But looking back at some of the flights that were going to be taking off today in DC, there wasn't too much options as far as me getting home at a decent time. And because they wouldn't cover hotel, I'd probably be forced to either pay for the hotel or sleep at the airport, which would have been like hell. So get back on the plane, and then about 40 minutes pass, and we have to de-ice and then top off on fuel, which to me, because at this point I was already like, nervous and like, I just wanted to get home. And just the whole situation of just like being stuck there for so long and just trying to get out, I was just starting to get really anxious, and just hearing a lot of like noises that I'm not really used to as far, and like especially right before takeoff kind of spooked me a little bit. But then we finally got in the air, and I was just still kind of nervous because I was like, we're out, but I don't know what could happen. So I actually bought Wi-Fi thinking that I could maybe watch a Twitch streamer or something like that, but apparently you can only web browse, look at emails, and for whatever reason I can use Facebook Messenger, but that's it. So Facebook Messenger, web browse, email, that's all I got. I was hoping to at least watch a Twitch stream because my friend, she was streaming at the time. But after it was all said and done, 3 hours later, lands, and keep in mind, we didn't take off from DC until about 7 or 7:30, which is like 3.5 to 4 hours behind schedule. So I landed in Houston about 11 o'clock last night. And I went home, talked to some friends for a little while, and then went to school, and here I am right now. So I wish it didn't end with me being stuck at the airport for like 5 hours or so. But overall, it was a good experience. I'm probably never gonna... If I go to another AGDQ and it's in a snowy area, which the next one's going to be in Florida, which I'm pretty sure doesn't snow often in Florida, so that's okay. But flying in the snow kind of makes me a little bit nervous. I want to hear about being stuck in the airport. Okay, you know what? Yeah, so yeah, the next AGDQ, which is going to be in 2020, because they had spoiled it at the very end of the Metroid run, is that it's going to be in Orlando, Florida. Now, the SGDQ 2019 is still going to be in Minneapolis, but it seems like that they're wanting to constantly change the AGDQ location. But yeah, they're going to be in Orlando, Florida, which I may go to. It'll be hard for me to go to 3 in a row, but I definitely want to go to SGDQ. Bomb Rush, whoa. Well, keep in mind, for this kind of event, you need to pre-register pretty well in advance, and it's like $50 or so, I think. So just letting you guys know in advance, you can't just waltz in there. Anyway, so that was the whole GDQ experience. I have a bunch of pictures that I will upload either on social media or on Twitter, my Discord, which I'll link here at, towards the end of the stream, or you just type in ! Discord, and there's my personal Discord where I hang out a bit. So I'll be posting pictures of what happened and, the food that I ate and all that stuff in the coming days. Just today I have school, well, the last bit of school here in like another hour and a half, and then I have work later tonight, which, like I said, I'll have a full schedule figured out by then. Why not improve at Tekken? Reason why I've been going to a lot of Tekken tournaments is because I've been working, and because school keeps me busy. Because like right now, main priority is school, then work. Because I work for my college doing computer tech work, but I'll like right after today, because I'm gonna sit down at work. I'm gonna just like write out my schedule, and I'm gonna make a schedule for streaming, and I'm gonna try and have a consistent schedule. Final round. I'll be playing some more Tekken for sure. I just didn't want to play Tekken leading up to AGDQ because I wanted to focus on that. But I did play Tekken while at the event because in Cruz's hotel room it was Cruz, Aurelian, Furry, and I played a lot of Tekken sets with them as well. So I did play some Tekken, and I actually did pack my fight stick. It's still in my suitcase because, like I said, my friend told me the last second, "Hey, by the way, I'm gonna be coming." I'm like, "Cool, I'll bring my fight stick." So, more Tekken, but, you know, submissions for AGDQ are creeping up fast. It'll be in about 2 to 3 months. Yo, Apache, what's going on? Yeah, without further ado, that's the full recap. Any other questions, feel free to ask about the event. But for the website, MetalGearSpeedrunners.com, I'm going to write a short paragraph kind of summarizing my experiences. So if I didn't mention anything here, it'll be mentioned there. Why am I a cheater? Because I can be. How'd you do against Furry? Really bad, because he kind of introduced me to Tekken and taught me a lot of stuff in terms of like the basics of like Eddie, and I've played against him the most, so he knows me like a book. So playing against Furry is really hard, especially whenever I'm playing Eddie. It's really hard to play against him because he's got a lot of experience with that character. So it was fairly hard. Did you upload the video yet? Because I didn't see that being uploaded. I know that Jaguar recorded the sounds, but I don't know if you uploaded it. I'm subbed to him. Oh, I don't have the notification bell on. Yeah, he hasn't uploaded it yet. Yeah. He has not uploaded the video of that yet. Four-page essay? No, this is a paragraph. Anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna watch the entire run, but we're gonna watch a fair bit of it.
Let's see.
I think where is it?
Good luck, man.
So yeah, just in case you don't know, that's me. Plywood, Pythonicus, and then Mini Omega King.
Knows Tyler is a mash king. It's really true.
Yeah, Tanker, I kept quiet for most of it, just because my main goal was to get past the Tanker and still be on Big Boss. If that happened, I would be fine with whatever Dumpster Fire would have proceeded after that, but my main focus was to try and finish Tanker on Big Boss. That was like the main focus. Oh, yeah, I was a little nervous. I did some safe strats, some. Not a lot, but I did some. Or I did slower strats, safer, consistent strats.
And the roll, unlike the cartwheel, isn't fast to do all the time. You only want to roll into like load zones or like upstairs.
All this is pretty straightforward.
He's kind of like an old dude, so he's
nothing out of the ordinary. Going up into Olga as far as the run goes. This is all just standard stuff.
So going into Deck A, Tyler's gonna take a shot here.
Hey, thanks for the kind words.
Or dodge it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so that shot right there, that can sometimes happen. Now, this is actually bad if this happens, because you want to roll forward and then have the guard shoot you to cancel the animation of the roll.
Okay, Tyler's gonna take a shot here.
And he rarely misses you, and you see I'm like right in the middle of that hallway, and then he still misses me, so that's a little bit slower, but it's not that big of a deal, but that does rarely happen. There's another rare thing that happens later on in a Strut F, which I was fairly shocked about, because that's even less of a chance of happening. Yo, what's up, Mac? And what's going on, Grody? And Sarcastrophe. Thank you for the kind words again.
It doesn't really take the damage, but I unfortunately missed the roll or something, so, but I'll have more health, but it's not that big of a deal. Also, a little misroll there.
Misroll, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really
there
matter
you go, misroll.
because the boss coming up kills us in one hit anyways, so it doesn't matter if you get shot or not, really, as far as your health is concerned.
Yeah,
hold this
I'm
guy
really
up
tired as well.
and run by.
I got like 3 hours of
You're
sleep.
going to see a lot of hold-up strats in this run. Holding up guards, as long as you don't, show that you
Yeah,
don't
so
have a
like
weapon equipped or whatever.
I mentioned, health doesn't matter
Holding up
here.
guards is
You
a
can
good way
have
to
1 hit of
keep
health
them-
left, it doesn't matter,
keep them
because she
situated
kills you
or
in
get
1
by
hit,
them.
so it
This
doesn't
room,
really matter
interestingly
too
enough,
much
is
on like
easier
how
on
you
European
do these
Extreme
rooms,
compared
but
to,
you don't want to get him
difficulty.
more than twice, because
Because
there's
the
3 hits
chances
and you're dead. You have chances to take a hit in the first room and in the last room before heading to Olga.
Stationary on lower difficulty.
Yes. And shoot the wall there.
Is that final shot
to
in the lounge a distraction shot?
roll up the stairs.
Yo! Big ol' bits from Mr. Hastastic. Thank you. I can't even count how many that is, but thank you for the bits. Holy crap. 170 bits. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Running up them and coming up to Olga. This Olga fight, she can go one of 2 ways, left or right.
Tig
If
ol'
she goes
biddies.
left, the fight can be faster because you can skip dialogue from Olga. But if she goes right,
Now, in practice, I did not get left Olga that often, so I was kind of scared whenever I got left Olga. I'm like, oh shit, I have to do left Olga. Because I was practicing right Olga a lot, because 90% of my practice runs, I got right Olga, but this one I got left for whatever reason.
She's quite the shot on European Extreme. So this is left Olga. We're going to have Olga.
Thanks, Hastastic. I appreciate it. I think it was fairly successful. I was a little nervous, a little slip up on my words, but I mean, that's just, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know.
just gonna
Oh,
keep on taking it.
I think I forgot to show off is my badge. Little runner tag. It's got poke. Depending on like what you did, if you're a runner or like an attendee, there's different artwork. I believe the attendee had Crash Bandicoot on it, I believe, and Volunteer had something from Shovel Knight or Hollow Knight, I think, and I can't remember what the staff had. They had some other game character on there, but
You just pace out your shots once her head pops up again, and that's Olga.
Perfect loop.
All right,
it didn't show at all.
Really good.
Wait, what do you mean it didn't
In
show?
practice, I wasn't getting that too
Yo.
often, so I was kind of surprised that I got it right there.
And has that
So
stick with
being
115
Olga gives
bits.
us the,
Man,
USP, I
pulling
believe.
in.
Yeah, the USB.
Oh, my nervous system didn't show.
And you need the USP in order to,
Maybe it's like just me reviewing it and like hearing some of my word slip ups. That's kind of my whole nervousness is if I start to slip up on my words or if I start to stutter or like, you know.
Shoutouts to Azu.
Shouts to Azu.
Yeah.
Azu's name gets mentioned a lot in this run.
So this next room,
By the way,
there's really nothing to
try
it.
to shout out
Just
as many people that I
all the way
can.
through and then keep heading down.
This is one of the safer strats that you can do,
Back to where we were before.
but there's an easier strat that's a bit
So this,
better,
we're gonna shoot
where
this
you
guard, and we're just gonna wait for him to turn around and slip right by him. And here we're going to do a warning shot in this hallway. And we're just going to bump into this guy and then round the corner. And we'll be all set.
Yeah, worthwhile mentioning, we're on not game over if discovered, so if you're on game over if discovered, strats like this you can't do, where you hear that like music playing that the guard has spotted you.
So right there, you might be wondering why he didn't get an alert. Tyler actually shot the guard's radio.
I don't know why I'm muted. That was
basically mean that he can't call.
no, maybe one of my hotkeys has that, but yeah, Max. So that was not intentional. That's because I missed the quick headshot. Because like in like the regular situation, you would get the quick headshot and just keep on going, but there I missed, so he had to shoot the glass. I'm reading the chat. I just did. Can you hear me now? Are we all good now? It says I'm good on OBS. Alright, man. Thanks for the bit donations. I appreciate it. And hope you have a good day at work. Yeah, that's on PS3. Yeah, it's PS3. HD collection. I will be doing MGS2 runs on the PS2 in the coming weeks once I get my upscaler. That's one reason why I got the DualShock here. And I'll be playing the PAL version. But yeah, everyone on MGSR was talking about how fucking well you were playing. So cool to see. Yeah, I feel like I played fairly well. There were a couple of minor mistakes, but I feel like overall it was a really successful run.
Call for backup. We're going to be doing that a fair
I think this went
amount
okay.
run. It's used quite often to...
You can get through this room a little bit
avoid
faster,
weaknesses
and then you can avoid taking damage here, which makes the next fight safer, but
and,
I think I was a little
if
too
you-
slow.
If you trank a guard and then roll into him, it will actually instantly knock them out.
Yeah, continue at Harrier and Tengu 1.
Oh,
Nice little trick there. You see him quickly shooting those M9 bullets.
Yeah, getting past EF Bridge without a continue is pretty significant, because that's a big run killer.
The animation of cocking the pistol, so it's a really good.
Yeah,
trick to, get
yeah, the Harrier Kasaka kind of messed me up, and I didn't react fast enough, and then Tengu 1, I got hit, unfortunately, due to bad movement, and then I tried to save it.
all right.
All right, good.
no ship blow up yet.
Ooh. Yeah, the back couch was very involved with the run. They were very
And, there
rowdy,
was
which is
actually
nice.
a cutscene in that room that he just passed through with the sensors there, but thanks to the fact that he was in a caution mode, that cutscene doesn't actually play.
So right here, we're waiting for a certain section in the hallway. That's Tyler's visual cue.
Like I said,
And we're
I
going
watched
to
all of
shoot
Tanker,
this guard
and then I'm gonna
red,
skip through some segments here.
And he's just gonna look around.
I'm not gonna watch the entire run, but we're gonna watch a majority
it
of
just
it.
so works out that he's not looking upright, and then we can hold him up. Do a punch buffer there to make it past that.
You don't need to
guy.
trank him, but I specifically did it just to hear this little voice line here, because it's kind of funny.
He tried. He really tried.
Tranquilizer got him first.
And he on.
This is also
Here's
safe.
Some backup ammo. Normally you wouldn't grab this, but I mean this one's kind of free and a little time lost. But we definitely need this for the fight coming up because we're gonna be using a lot of M9 bullets. But here we go. Here comes the guard rush.
Yes.
Yeah, like
So
there
guards
I
basically
was a
just
little
have to trank all
nervous.
these
I could
guards.
tell my voice and how I
He's
was
gonna do
talking was a little
normal
nervous
shot right
there.
And then that's just to buffer him so that he doesn't actually.
Yep, that
go too
is
far back.
Python right there. A
But
beautiful
with
man
these
right there.
guards, like this guy in the back.
Oh, that guy's waving in the
he'll
back.
never hit you. Once he gets behind cover, though, then he actually has a chance to. But while he's walking back, and
Yeah,
shooting, you have
I didn't even realize the Deck B
not gonna
one
get hit.
could have been faster. It probably is faster. Hey Tyler, can you swim in the air after strut A bomb defusal to Olga start? Wait, swim in the air after strut A bomb defusal to Olga start? Oh, to Fortune start? You can, I believe, but you don't skip the codex, so there's no point in doing it. And you're just faster doing cartwheels. The only reason why you'd want to do swim in the air during that section is because you skip a codec and a mini cutscene. But I believe if you swim in the air, you will not skip that codec going into Fortune. I believe so. But I haven't tested it in a while.
Yeah, we're all kind of waiting in bated breath because at this health,
This
he
is
only
also
gets
safer
Yeah, you can only take one
because
hit and then
you
you're
get
dead.
more chances to live if you just sit in the back of the room and then trank.
All right.
Normally you would run up to the very front of the fight and then you would kill the 3 guards, but they wouldn't count as
So
kills.
immediately following
But
that,
this is a bit
fight,
safer.
We've got our first trick of the run, actually, something we call ladder glitch. Now, basically, we're going to be equipping the camera and trying to mount
What,
the
the
ladder
swim
at
in the
same
air?
time, which the game does not know what to do with you. At
Swim in
that
the air
point.
saves time due to
Just real
codec
quick,
screens, and you skip a mini cutscene.
I don't think ladders are very important. Yeah, just ignore them entirely. After
Ladder
that, it's a
glitch.
simple matter, just run
This
up
is
and
also a bit safer
knock that
than
guy
what you
out.
can
You gotta
do.
roll next to the guy next to
You
the
can
box
trank
there,
him
or
and
else you'll
then
bump
run to
into
the right of him.
More often than not, he'll actually just spot you on the spot.
On the Japanese version, there's way less codec screens, so it's even more worth it
Doesn't
on
matter, it's
Japanese.
automatically a game over.
Yeah, and you can actually roll into these guards and cause like sort of a domino effect of Marines falling over. But getting out of there after doing that without getting caught is very inconsistent. So you won't be seeing that,
I
unfortunately.
love that you can hear the mashing. It's
So,
love it.
now, in the third hole,
Warms
we're
my
gonna
heart.
finally see Metal Gear, and these are very convincing photos. We're gonna take
Marines,
here. Did you guys see the Marines logo?
Yeah,
front
I did.
left,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's
We're
Marines.
exposing,
Front right,
this for what
front.
it is with these photos.
Yeah.
So when they were changing the game from PS2 and basically upscaling onto the HD version,
Oh yeah, Mini was
they
great.
made some errors
Also,
with the
look how
hitboxes
comfy he is. He's
for,
like
getting
cross-legged.
different
He's like
photos.
super comfy right here.
So, the Marines
I remember
logo is
someone
actually
in
on
like
the
Twitch chat,
side
because I was watching
of
the like Twitch
the
VOD,
ray, you
and someone was
can't
like,
see it from
"Get your
the
feet off the
video,
couch,
but
God."
there you saw that.
But
Yeah,
like,
we got it.
Just totally
this is comfortable for him because I had like asked him about this, and like
Right.
he like sits like this all the time,
First chapter of the
and
game.
I think he like sat like that during the run as well.
Now,
Definitely a challenge
So now coming up, there's gonna be a lot of cutscenes. So do we have any donations to read out?
Hey man, left your run on AGDQ. Followed you for it. Excited to see you do more on here. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I'll be definitely doing more MGS2. It's just today is my first day back, and school just happened to start today as well. I'll try to do a stream tonight if possible, but I'll let you guys know in my Discord of my schedule. Oh no, Mitty is great. Mitty was a really nice guy. He's very small.
Of course.
Okay.
We
Just gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Which is here, we're gonna which is the main character, and we're gonna be something similar to what we were doing with the ladder glitch, but with the scope here, we're gonna kind of go over the ledge here, and all of a sudden, this.
I think Minnie's like 20 or 21.
Yeah,
He's
this
fairly
is the
young.
Last time you'll seeing
Got your feet wet.
ride and swimming in air. It's gonna happen a bit.
This could have been a little bit faster, but
this actually saves
a little bit slow
of
getting
time.
up the ladder. 'Cause, like, you want to just rub up against the ladder to increase your height there.
When you open that door normally, it plays a cutscene of the guard that we're gonna swim right by. That guy
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
falling over, but he doesn't fall over. 'Cause we
Love
skipped the
that.
trigger for it.
He looks rather comfy.
It's like a
No.
statue.
Hey, Grody Pie, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, the start of
Thanks for liking the
Planet
stream.
is essentially another tutorial because you can start on planet.
This is a little embarrassing because I thought the happy birthday was gonna pop up right here, but it popped up in like right for you at press OK. So I was kind of embarrassed by this. Kind of.
Happy. Oh wait, didn't what? Where's the happy birthday? Oh, there it is. Okay, happy
Yeah, happy
birthday,
birthday.
AGDQ.
Ooh, happy birthday.
This only works because it was the first day.
Airfam McCarthy, oldest one in MGSR there.
At this point,
Silent looked to be
after
in his
these,
mid-20s or so.
cutscenes and codecs here, these
Ardent
guys
Silent
really
was in
wake
his
up, and there's
mid-20s, I'm pretty
actually
sure, but
no
yeah.
time to really be saved in this room.
RC and Airframe, yeah.
But you can definitely lose time. So what Tyler's gonna
Do you
do?
even know
is he's
how
just,
old I am, Python?
Take up
Do
position
you even
behind
know?
this guy who's very, very sneaky behind this box, and
Oh no, so about that, like... Why would I plan that out? Because they had both brought something tie-dye. And they're like, hey, we're gonna both wear tie-dye, and then Python's just gonna be the sandwich in the middle. So, that was like the plan, but... Yeah, because they both brought something tie-dye related. Yeah, I'm 24.
start to.
You're not 30,
sure
Python.
these guys
Don't
don't
tell
do
me
this
you're
one.
30.
The reverse groin punch.
But yes, I'm 24.
The advanced techniques.
Yes.
Close? Damn.
Really awkward hitting the groin.
Calling a groin punch, because normally I call that nut punch, but just to be safe, just
If you
calling it
hit
a groin punch. That's what it is. I'm punching him in the
out for about
groin.
30 seconds.
And they also instantly knock out regardless of if they.
I thought you were younger than me, Strafe.
Just hit them and they'll instantly go down.
Oh, yeah, my birthday is in
Right now we're out
August.
of the docks area, which is kind of like the training area, and now we're actually going to another.
Not too much going on here. Just gonna skip ahead. The bomb disposal. Not too much going on.
Besides,
Is about
yeah.
because game timer.
Oh, okay.
This game goes by in-game timer, and during the cutscenes, the
There's a lot of like older people in the MGSR community, which is pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of like late 20, early 30s people playing the MGS games and like speedrunning them, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
Gotta take that out real quick.
That's some variety.
We're going in,
Yeah,
counterclockwise
Jackson's early 30s, I'm pretty
direction
sure.
because we do not want the guards
And
to
so
spawn
is
in the
Roy.
area.
Royson's like early to
But
mid 30s.
nonetheless, Sets up things a little bit better towards the end because there's going to be a like cutscene followed by a codec, and we want to save that for whenever we are on the BC connecting bridge, just to make it a little bit easier for us.
And D-Lams, thanks for the host.
Going to be calling back to Stillman, and then he'll be, saying, okay, you had disposed of this, so gonna get a couple of coda calls during these struts too, but
Also, this coming up.
it's pretty straightforward. Once we get into strut A, then things get a little bit weird, and going down into F, E, and D, those all get very tough and very hard. So,
Very tough and very hard. I didn't even realize that I said that, which I think most people didn't catch that, but I was just explaining it and the words just came out like that. I think like 2 people in the Twitch chat said something, and I had talked to Cloud and like he didn't notice it, but I like immediately after I said that, I'm like, shit. I kind of was just being suggestive there a little bit. Yeah, I was being a little lewd. I wasn't even trying to be. I was just explaining because it's a long section and it's hard. So I was just trying to explain it like that. But the way that I had phrased it back to back just made it seem very suggestive. But anyway,
we're gonna go through this bridge here and knock this guy over.
unintentional.
accidentally knocking him into the ocean, but
Rip that guy.
it's no big deal because he doesn't count towards the final kill count for whatever reason. He's just like an accidental death.
Just an accident.
Yeah,
A little tough and hard. Yeah,
We didn't
exactly.
make him fall. We just hit him, and
Yeah.
Long and hard. Long, tough, and hard.
yes.
So this one has 2 bombs in it. We have one at the very top of the roof.
I was glad
and one
about the
down
roof here because I was messing up the roof
So
a
we're
little
gonna
bit.
try to hold up the guy and then roll into him, knocking him over.
I messed this up quite a bit in practice.
To get out of here.
I have to roll immediately afterwards. Now, you can angle it to where you can roll and then get towards the bomb, but it's a little bit tougher, so I see that second roll there.
And
A
there
little
is
bit
actual
slower.
speed tech for freezing these bombs too. You want to be aiming towards the corners because for whatever reason it's not proximity based. It's actually based on how many facets of the bomb you're.
This is fairly new, by the way, this
There we
whole
go.
change here.
Second try.
So, normally we would throw a chaff in this room, but I'm deciding to
Up here,
opt to use it later on, which you'll see why that's useful.
So if you equip the coolant in first-person view and stand up,
Not intentional.
the animation
Found by Stealth Edge. I should have said something, but Stealth Edge figured that one out.
saves like a
About
second or
the,
so to do it.
The weird hitbox for that bomb specifically.
Now coming up here, we're going to be using 4 SOCOM bullets, which is quite...
Please
rough
say
because we
about
have
50
9
more
bullets
times,
in there,
Tyler,
and
please.
By the end of bomb shells, we'll only have 3 left, which
I'm
will be
just
the final
self-judging
fight.
myself now at this
Really
point,
here.
but...
Otherwise, things are just going to be a little bit slower. So right here...
So, watching some other people do some stuff like that, I noticed that... I think it was like the day before my run, I noticed that if, like, from that height, if you just lock on, it'll lock on to the radio immediately, because I was doing a free aim to the radio, which is a lot slower. So, I realized, like, the day before my run, oh, I can just lock on and I'll be alright, so... But, you see that I was kind of hesitating, because if I move a little bit, I can accidentally kill him, so I'm just waiting for just a second, then firing to shoot the radio out,
my
which
second
you'll see
roll,
here.
and I'm going to shoot the Cypher 3 times, and then shoot this guy's radio out. And then go to the chaff, which I'll have Plywood go through that since this is going to be going by a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Plywood is the speed commentator for this run, by the way, especially Shred D.
Because if you don't,
That right there is fairly rare. That hardly ever happens. Like, that guy missing is really good, because you do not want to get hit here, but you get hit about 90% of the time whenever you do this strat, so that's really rare. Oh, actually muted it.
whole call out, he nearly finished the whole call out. If you whiff that by just like half a second.
Also, this spot here was really good.
and
As long as you can visually see the bomb, then you can
just the right
spray.
spot Here, you'll hit that that bomb.
It could have been faster.
It's a very weird spot because you have to be able to see the bomb itself from that little crack.
So this causes a caution.
And this caution is actually
And
beneficial.
I would explain that.
For this EF bridge because we'll be able to skip a little mini cutscene.
Yeah, there'd normally be a little cutscene right here, but then we're
Very nice.
able to skip it.
And use the chaff here to deal with these ciphers. This is one of the worst rooms in the game.
You don't need to throw that chaff there.
By the way.
You could optionally shoot out the cipher on the right, but personally, I just like using the chaff there because I'm not good at doing the SOCOM strat.
Nice.
Yeah,
Gordon has a
getting around the
specific
corner
thing
is
going on in
tough.
this game where if you
And
try
getting
to
past this
get
bridge
too
is
close
pretty
to it,
significant.
just bounce straight back
Yeah.
out.
A lot of runs die there. You'll blow up on the claymore there.
Yeah,
That's like one of the major reset points in the
But
run
now
is
we're in
that
caution, there's actually gonna be an
first is
additional guard
tanker
here.
and then it's EF
That
bridge.
guy with the big helmet, big dark helmet, he's the backup unit.
Oh, this is where you started
Backup
watching?
unit
Okay.
never spots you, that's an automatic alert. So you got to be very careful with those guys, especially later on in Shell 1 core.
Grabbing the box here, which is going to show a familiar game title for those of you that are Konami fans. We'll see here in a second.
Zone of the Enders, in case anyone didn't catch it. I never mentioned it again, but it's a Zoe box.
For a lot of purposes, actually.
Also, most of the stuff was like scripted as like what we're going to talk about. What Plow was about to say was not part of the script and kind of threw me off, but I mean, we had a general script, but like we didn't have like, you know, we're going to say exactly this, but like just for a couple rooms, like for example, Strat D had to be very specific, but like we had a general script of like what we wanted to talk about, but this right here, I had no idea Plow was going to do this because he didn't even talk about this during practice, so this is kind of off script and kind of threw me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, it's multi.
I mean, you have to have some kind of a script. You have to have some kind of organization with this kind of a thing.
We have a cutscene coming up, and then we're just going to be right back at it, so it's just a small breather.
I mean, you have to have some organization here.
The box used quite a bit, even in the next strut. Let's go through all the uses of the box. You guys got to know how useful this box is.
Like how
Number one,
many and like Papa just like turned to him like, did you guys see that? Like,
let's go through all the uses of a box.
like they all just turn towards him. They're like, oh,
Okay.
uses
Number
of a box.
Lower profile. Guards are not
From
gonna
the
see you, so
scripted.
number
I just watched your Rush bass cover via YouTube. Well played. I look forward to future cover songs from you. I've been wanting to do more covers, but AGDQ kind of kept me busy. But now that I'm back into school, I'm going to try to do them once a week, if not once every other week. But thank you. I appreciate the kind words.
two, you don't take hit stun if you get shot, which is really useful. Number three.
Yeah. I mean, improv is all right, but like this kind of like threw me off.
After they
I was like, oh, we're talking about this. Okay.
you won't actually, they won't shoot you for whatever reason, which is really nice when we only have 3 hits
Erect.
until death.
Groovy.
And then 4, you get a tighter turning radius, which is really nice when avoiding claymores like on the EF bridge.
Yeah, and the only
And 4 things. That's a lot of good things about the box. 4 things.
You're crouch walking,
And only one bad
a
thing.
little bit slower.
That's it.
And also, you don't have access.
Take the good with the bad.
But
Pretty good.
other than that, yeah, the box is pretty much our best friend.
Yeah, I
I'm a
made
bit awake now,
I mean,
'cause
yeah,
I'm
2 rolls are faster.
down
Yeah,
for
yeah,
about
yeah.
1 minute now, but I'm gonna have to do a very specific hold up here, and then immediately go in the box, and then come back over
Yeah,
here.
once you land and like you see him go into the box, then you unequip.
For whatever reason, when you get in the
They're
box.
very scared of the box. They're
But that was only because of the caution strat, is that guy was
coming up
awake.
Here is the new game plus route for strut D, depending on what you're
I'm glad I got this first try as well. Like, getting this first try was really nice. Because in practice, I fucked this up a lot too.
Fast shot on this guy across the room. He's gonna move over here, equip the box to avoid getting spotted, then get spotted by this guy, trank him, roll into him. He's gonna land on the platform. Now we're gonna trank this guy across.
I could have been a little bit faster.
Drop down to the rail. This guy's gonna see us, but we're gonna roll onto him as we get up because we're athletic.
So ideally, you would open that up immediately, but because this is marathon, now I have such full health that I probably could have taken it riskier, but just to keep it safe, you wait a second, then you open up the latch. But ideally, you would open up the latch immediately, take a hit of damage, coolant spray him, and then proceed with the rest of the strat.
Use the cutscene to avoid getting shot.
But yeah, you wait a second just to use the cutscene to, that way you don't take a hit.
Trank him, roll into him, he's asleep, and now we're gonna go defuse the other 2 bombs. And this is a really complicated room, as you can see. Very fast, and Tyler makes it look like easy street.
Plywood, you need to take a breath after that.
speed commentating.
Yeah,
I'd much prefer this Strut D versus the new game +2 Strut D that has been
That was the bulk
used
end of
a lot.
puzzle. We only have one more left.
I know that most people like new game +2, but I find this one more fun to do personally and is probably more entertaining for the viewer as well. But doing that strat feels very rewarding and a lot of fun.
With zero continues is very.
There's just a lot going on.
That bridge can kill a lot of runs.
Ash on.
interesting little bridge here. This looks scary, but we're gonna approach this guy, quit the box again, because he's scared of boxes, and then head into the next strut. As long as you don't hear...
I've never seen a bomb disposal. I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit more. Much. Let's go to the beginning of the Fat Man fight.
If you set up this fight...
Like I said, I'm not gonna watch the entirety of the run, but we're gonna watch like the major points of it.
He won't be able to lay more bombs and cause a...
This fight didn't go so well.
So Tyler's gonna freeze this bomb.
Had a lot of missed stuff here during this fight. The beginning was fine, but
if you're good with your shots,
the fight wasn't that great. It was alright. I mean, I didn't plant any extra bombs, so that's good.
Normally, he's gonna dance around, shoot his skate again, and now stick to him.
There we go.
Please menu.
Yeah, menus can be kind of sticky in this game, but
Yeah, he bounces around.
Yeah, just a lot of
and it can be
screw-ups here. This was a very sloppy
get
fight.
the double shot that you want.
Yeah, sometimes when he knocks down on the ground, he can actually bounce and look like you're just lined up properly to hit his head, and then he'll just turn the corner.
Had this all come out for whatever reason.
yeah, and while we're chasing him down and trying to manage getting 2 headshots per knockdown, we also have to keep a very close count of our SOCOM ammo, because it takes 6 shots on European Extreme to knock him down. And
And that's Fat Man.
yeah.
Wasn't too bad, but would have liked that to go a little bit better.
When you're running this game, because one little thing changes and you have to know, okay, I need to do this instead. Because if you don't do
The
that,
teabag, yeah.
usually
I'm
that
just
doesn't
mashing
follow
X
through.
so I can just skip the cutscene as like fast as I can. I'm not trying to teabag, but it comes off as that.
Called by Rose. She calls us pretty often in case you
I
haven't
left
noticed.
so many sentences unfinished. Oh, dude, don't worry. I said and I stuttered a bit, so we're all good here.
Actually, they won't.
There's a harder shot to do here as well, but it doesn't save that much time. It saves maybe a second or two.
So we have to go find Ames, which he's pretty.
So there's some stuff that is not the fastest strat, but it's like the standard strat. Like this is standard, but there's a faster strat to do here for sure.
Like Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. We're gonna get a sneak preview of a boss in that game, the Running Man.
Yeah, it's kind of referenced here. Yeah.
This is the Russian.
Also, white socks. Both these fellows, white socks. I'm like the only black sock person in the fucking crew. I felt left out.
Version.
Just felt like bringing that up.
He's gotta get his stretch on, man. Gotta get that stretch on.
They show a cutscene for him.
Man, crew cut black socks, that is the shit. I got like about 30 pairs of
He
those.
just runs around.
I know, right? White socks. I'm telling you,
There's you guys off.
See you later.
these really comfy. What brand of socks is this? I think it's Hanes. Hanes.
Coming up here, there was a
Hanes crew cut. I got like 30 pairs of those. I got them for Christmas. I'm like, thank the Lord. I love these socks. I know it's like growing older, you actually appreciate socks for like Christmas and stuff. Like you know, younger, like, oh, I got socks. But then like, you know, you're like 24, 25, like, I got socks. Oh, hell yeah. It's such a good feeling.
And then just go to the room. So right here, I'm gonna knock on the wall.
Yo, what's up, Sora?
Oh,
There's a little screw up here as well. Don't you have class in like 15 minutes?
it's a little slow, but
Run MGS3 a lot. I've been practicing this recently. Your runs are incredible. Thank you for the kind words. I'll be doing MGS3 soon as well. Mini is going to be optimizing normal, and I'm going to help him with that, and I'll be running normal. MGS3 may do European Extreme in the future, but most likely we'll be doing normal for now. But we'll be doing MGS3 in the future, because that was a sub goal before I left. If I got 10 subs, I would learn MGS3, so I'll be doing MGS3 normal with Mini here in the next week or two, I guess.
finally, you know, comes over here, then we'll be able to show off. Instant choke.
Yeah, found by Azu. There's a similar setup on the PC, but because of the widescreen hack for the PC, it makes some of the visual cues here a bit weird.
Yeah, Azu also found the, I think it was the New Game Plus strat for Strut D.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Correct.
Also found Strep D as well. Azu
Shout out to him. He
does a lot of
crazy
stuff.
optimizations for this game.
So I believe during the cutscene, I saw that we have the old lady spawn.
That's
We
them
do.
3.
So all these are old ladies except for Ames. So this is really easy to spot him. Trying to see where he's at. Oh, he's in a bad spot. So I may have to use. Yeah, I'm gonna use the glitch here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a punch kick.
Stealth Edge found this, by the way. Really
Wait for him to
useful.
Stop shaking.
Really useful.
And then once he's done shaking,
Yeah,
just
Azu is crazy at this game.
And we're good to go. Normally,
Azu
you
is
have to wait around and that
is
takes away a lot of
inhuman.
time, and that's just a lot safer. But it's a
I've
very
been MGS3 for ages. It's a great Euro Extreme, but MGS2 I struggle with.
New Game Plus and onward is that.
I feel like I'll struggle with MGS3 on European Extreme, but I would like to do European Extreme in the future, but for now normal, since Mini wants to optimize it.
We think it's a frame count.
It's probably a frame count thing.
Yeah.
The only thing time based is the spawn seed, but
What I'm talking about is that the actual spawn seed of like the other people in the room is based upon your PlayStation's clock, I believe. Either whenever you enter the room or whenever you finish Fat Man or something, depending on what time it is on your through your PlayStation 3, it will give you that spawn seed where like you can have all of them be the old office worker, is what I was talking about there.
funny enough, right here we're actually gonna go back to the original spawn point.
Skipping ahead to the exits.
But until then, we're gonna use our box, our trusty box, to avoid getting shot. And this poor guy got tranked. This exit from the first floor is a little tricky. Gonna
That exit was fairly nice.
to take out the
I was happy with this exit.
And there's going to be a backup unit guard here. Again, very important we take him out, because if we don't and he spots us, that's an automatic alert, unlike these.
You don't need to trank that guy, that's a little bit safer. Get the fast trank and get out of there.
Nice, he's not
A little
shooting
bit
before
miss angle on that roll.
And we want to make sure as we're
But
skedaddling on
fairly
that,
good
we grab that
exit.
ammo too.
For sure, it's important.
that's a pretty simple auto aim shot. Nothing too fancy. In fact, most of these are just making use of the auto aim.
You'll need the box here, but it makes
take care of
things
the
easier.
snipers, make sure they're out of our way.
Less risk.
We're gonna head into strut F to pick up a sniper rifle, the PSG-1, so that we can start getting across this shell 1-2 connecting bridge.
So if you shoot out the radio here, you want to do a single punch buffer.
Yeah.
This is a pretty
You'll see me do.
challenging strut.
One
Little
punch.
punch buffer there so we don't run into this guy.
It's really close. The one American backup unit, for whatever reason, they just ran out of budget and like, okay, let's get an American because everyone else is Russian. That's interesting. Whoops.
It's my theory that that's actually Johnny.
Whoops.
Oh, yeah, see, that would be more believable.
So a bit bizarre. We're on infinite caution here. It's just a weird glitch if you get a caution in that room. But strangely enough,
I don't know
that's
what caused this infinite
actually
caution. It's very
preferable,
strange.
Because in strut D, if you run out of caution,
Getting a caution in
there's
that
chance you'll
room
run into the backup unit, and again,
caused this
if
to
they
happen.
spot you, that's an alert. So
No, you don't.
So,
You don't need
part
help.
of the reason we took out
I
those
need help.
cameras the first time we went through Strutty is so we could take that line through there.
I'm just gonna skip ahead to the
Yes,
area.
that's
Before I've
Oh yeah, this is a little spooky.
when you hit the sensor. That's your.
Don't want to shoot
audio
any
feed.
birds this run. I don't want to kill any
the
animals.
trickiest sensors are up on these ciphers.
Oh.
'Cause, yeah.
That was close.
hold your breath. Oh, sometimes that bird
The
comes
bird.
I've had that happen before I've.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Stop talking. I'm
The
just
reason
like,
we were all
inside
worried
my I'm
about
like,
that
shut the
there is
fuck
because
up
if
and
you hit
just
if you
play
hit
the
ciphers
game.
with
Stop
the
talking.
PSG-1, it's a one-shot kill, and if you kill the cipher, for whatever
Stop
reason,
talking.
it doesn't count as blowing up the sensor. It just kills you instead.
Yeah,
Counts
everything
as
blows
blowing
up.
up the bridge, so it's an immediate game over.
So this is about the hardest fight in the game, so I'm gonna let them take care of it, and I'm trying to do this here. So let's see if I can get this first try.
Yeah, don't clap first.
Didn't notice
So
what.
This is the Harrier fight. Ideally here, Tyler's going to go for 5 shots at the start. You have to do a very tricky shot in the air here, and then a 5th once he flies over the strut.
Nice.
And he got it.
Perfect.
Not over yet.
Not over yet.
I'm like, why are you cheering? Like, it's not over. Why are you cheering?
He's going to fly over. And hopefully he's not going to swim in the ocean because the Harrier, for some reason,
Yeah, last thing I saw was
if it wants to.
he is a machine. Couch didn't even notice.
Yeah. The flight pattern that the Harrier takes is more or less set, depending on how many shots you can take. But sometimes it's still a little random in like altitude. And what he just did there
Missed
was
that
actually
second one there.
a visual cue to skip that cutscene so we get an auto lock on the Stinger missile launcher. And that allows us to take that shot, and the missile just got in there.
I should have just went into hanging mode. Also, I should have dipped further down, or gone to the right. I tried to get in. I tried to get right there just to get out the way, but it didn't work.
In hanging mode, but that's unfortunate. That
Yeah,
just happened.
I said that because I was like, I should have gone into hanging mode.
The Kasaka moves around randomly in the air, and sometimes it can get in your way. When
Yeah,
you
could have
fly.
either dipped further down or further to the
higher
right.
difficulties, it's more likely that they're just
That probably
gonna
would have been
camp in
okay.
your way.
But yeah, the first continue of the run.
Cheap difficulty.
Yeah, we really weren't kidding. This is by far the hardest fight in the game, both one of the hardest to learn and the hardest to optimize. In part because the Kasaka can just ruin your day like that,
Okay, let's see if it,
and there's really nothing you can do.
Yeah, and another added layer of fun to this fight is that you're constantly on the HD collection. You're constantly fighting frame lag just from shooting the Stinger, and there's nothing you can do to avoid it.
I shot a bird during the sniping section. Oh, I think they got in the way by accident
But I think
or
we're gonna
something.
get this double here.
Yes, we did.
Nice.
Nice,
Good.
nice.
Okay. Otacon.
Okay, good. That side means that he will not get in the way at all.
Yeah, that's really good. I like at that point, I'd rather just not get in the way, so I don't care if he goes to that side.
So we can pop out, use iframes, pop back out, and then take.
That shot is not as scary as a lot of people make it out to be.
It explodes in your face.
The
and,
the
your
timing
head
is
screams
fairly
like it's
consistent,
exploding,
at least the way that I've
so gotta time
come
that
to find
correctly
it.
or else, you know, bad things.
Because I just use a
That
specific
Stinger is,
timing whenever it
what we call a hook
flies at me, and I use the
which
the
really shouldn't be
audio
possible
of
within
the
framework of the game,
um,
for some
of
reason,
the missiles going towards
you know, I
me.
guess Ryan
At a
was
certain
very,
point,
apt
I
watcher of the movie
pop
Wanted.
out.
Yeah, and again, right there, we were abusing our iframes to basically just stand around, so we didn't get damage from the
Alright,
missiles
we're
right
good.
there.
Alright, that's
We're
the
done.
air fight.
Nice area.
All right, here.
Really hard fight.
Yeah,
A
very,
lot of random
very
things can happen.
difficult.
Nothing too much until Vamp 1, really.
You for doing this.
One
Show these
glitch.
guys your great.
Yeah, and that we removed.
Love that
ability
menu, by the way.
Hey, Ty.
Hey, Tyler.
The other pattern is that he
Stop
can fall over. Up to the van.
Yeah, this
Oh
was
yeah,
found
let's just
by
do swim.
Stealth Edge, I
That swim
believe,
glitch in
and,
Vamp 1.
There is a glitch that you can do here on the original Sons of Liberty version that's a lot easier. But you can't do that here, unfortunately, so we're going to have to swim.
I cannot
up
wait to run Sons of
at the
Liberty
start
and not do the stupid glitch anymore. I cannot wait.
A bit harder as well.
Yeah, a lot more challenging.
I cannot wait to do Sons of Liberty swim skip. I am like salivating at the mouth thinking of like Sons of Liberty swim skip. It's so much better.
In reality,
What are we doing any runs today? Not right now, but if there may be an impromptu stream after work. So I get off at around 9:30 or so, and then 30-minute drive home, and I may stream later tonight. But this is my break in between classes right now. I would normally get home a lot earlier, so I may do like one early stream per week. But like I said, after today, I'll have a schedule figured out of school, work, and stream, and we'll try to have a consistent schedule on streaming. And I will be playing MGS2 for a bit because there are some things I still need to take care of. So I'm not gonna just like, oh, GDQ's over, I hate MGS2, I'm just not gonna play it. No, I'm gonna be playing MGS2, and especially now that my upscaler is coming in the mail, I'll be playing it on the PS2 very soon because I want to submit to SGDQ on the PAL version, which may not get in, but I still want to play that version. So I will be playing MGS2 in the future for sure, and most likely tonight.
Very tight situation.
Yeah, it's just day one back in school and work,
and we
so.
made it. So, for whatever reason, we're just gonna just
I will definitely try to stream at least 3 to 4 days a week. That is the plan, at the very least.
To Vamp 1 here, so just gonna
Pal
pop
Pog
through here and
Champ.
start the fight. Thank you.
Nicely done.
So, I don't know about you guys, but
There's
I'm
a
big fan
faster
of Street
strat for this fight as well that I came across that
Yeah.
I'll be doing from now
I don't
on,
know,
but it's
I
very
like bringing
spooky.
that up.
All right.
I had practiced it before the event, and I was not getting consistent, so I will not be doing it here. But in the future, I'll be doing the spookier strat also. I just
About right here.
plugged my headphones by
Keep in
accident.
mind, this slash that he does, it's a one-hit kill. So if you miss
Yeah, I can read
your
that.
movement here, you will die. We're gonna do double punches in a rhythm so we don't, lose him. You want to stay within his range so he keeps on counterattacking.
Yeah, and the hitbox on that knife is a very deceptive thing. You could be like,
All right, so we got that kick.
And
That
if
means that we
you
get that
end
fast
it on the
transition.
kick, you get a
Thank you.
fast cutscene transition, really
you can
good.
be several pixels away and he'll still.
And nothing really happens. Escortings, whatever. Oh, there was this.
One of us,
This room here.
and permanently be stuck on the bottom of the map, and you won't be able to progress.
That's some weird menu, that's
Someone
why
on
I
this
menud
couch
back down to
knows it,
nothing.
Pretty well.
We'll name it specific people, but
Yeah, I don't know who it could be, but
I don't know.
someone, one of us.
This guy.
so they're very confused right now. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I think
and,
you got
don't-
the-
you hear that phone ringing.
glitch as well
Yeah, that-
Hit her.
during the event,
that
during your
can
practice
happen
runs, I
sometimes.
think.
But you hear the phone ringing. You don't want that equipped there.
Never text.
Why can't they locate him? I wonder why.
Where is he?
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
What are you doing up there, buddy?
He's strutting his stuff.
He's getting his cardio in.
They actually check and they can't find him, and he's just running in place up there. Really wacky.
Not done yet.
Then does Vamp 2 happens? Johnny cutscene happens.
I'm gonna go to the ammo first. Take some Pentasmin.
Look at that. Mash King.
Thank you.
Machine gun. Machine gun sniper. Like PSG1 has even
Now we have to
less.
head over towards the Shell 1 core because that's where they are keeping him because she actually got stabbed.
I don't think the
right
words.
as
The
he was actually
PSG1
getting
lethal
down, so we
one
have to go all
has
the way
even
over
more
there
rate of
again,
fire,
and
so you
that'll
can
start
fire
the
even
final phase of the game,
faster
which are
on the
smart games.
PSG1.
That's where things get really
And the
risky
T has a very
and
small
very
magazine.
challenging as well.
Nothing really happens until Tengu 1, so I'm just gonna skip ahead to that.
Here,
That's where the next
this
continue
part
happens, is
not
in
enjoyable.
Tengu 1.
I mean, we're having some fun here, but this part, we're going to be skipping the Tengu 1 fight, but we have to get to the door first, and getting to the door is really dangerous. We're going to use a combination of stuns and...
Messed up my movement here, which caused me to...
And remember, we already lost
Yeah,
a third of
I was too
our
far to the
health.
left. I should
Now
have
we only have
been more
one
in
hit,
center,
we're dead.
and then I would have avoided getting hit. This guy didn't get stunned. This was the worst thing that can happen, is if this guy doesn't get stunned. Because ideally, that would happen, and they'd all get stunned. But that guy did not get stunned for whatever reason, so I was just like, crap, I have to improvise something. So I just tried something, and it didn't work. Now, in my practice big boss run, this happened where I got shot, but that guy got knocked out, and I made it out alive, barely. But I was able to fight out of it. This one was a bit harder because he was not knocked out. So that was very unfortunate.
That's all right.
It's okay.
Another attempt. Yeah.
The very start is really challenging.
Yeah,
You cannot
Tengu
really
1
hit
was
there, otherwise
rough.
There's a very low chance of actually getting out of there alive.
So the goal is to get to the door, and what we're going to use is a punch kick in first person. Once
There we go.
The kick happens, he's going to go out of third person, and that's going to push him past the door and get through this fight.
And I also found this little consistent method here.
Potential exists to actually come into this section with 5
I
stuns,
don't
making
have
it
any
a whole
body
lot
armor here.
simpler, but it's also slower to grab that extra.
And that was the skip right there. We skipped the whole fight right there.
Yep.
Now, we still have one more thing to do. Now, with the next fight coming up, we want Snake to actually spawn with the M4, and that is dependent for the health, so we want to need to punch him once. What are you thinking? Sorry, one more time.
What are you thinking?
Moron.
So now that we have low enough health to actually bring up the M4, which is important coming up.
And then this goes according to plan.
So this is Tengu 2, and
A lot of freeze frames here.
Start here in a second.
Big ol' Ray
pretty
fight.
much the most intense fight of
There was
the run.
one specific moment in here where I like almost died, but like
Difficulty of learning is
in like half a second I'm like, oh yeah, there's Ray on stage. Let me go take care of him. But I almost forgot about him. I'll probably point it out here, but
what raise
I almost died here.
goes right, goes left.
But this one fairly well.
And here are the big things you need to know. Rays will take critical damage if you hit them in the mouth. So if you hit their knee, their mouth gets exposed. They do more damage. It's, I believe, 3 hits
This
and
fight
one
is my
non-crit.
favorite fight in the whole game. It's my favorite fight.
And
I love
there's
this
two
fight.
different ways to get those crit hits. Hit them in the knee, and they also can do a
It's kinda
back
strange,
dive
but
or,
it's my
using
favorite
a
fight.
Laser attack and get them in their mouth that way.
A lot of people like Fat Man or they like
The middle
Olga.
ray down to about a third.
I like this. This is my favorite fight in the
last
game.
hit, rather. They'll start jumping up on stage, and that's where the pattern starts to get a little hairy. We've scripted out the first several, but eventually they're going to break ranks a little bit more. So basically, we are standing a set distance away. We want to be as close as possible.
I want to hit
these
him
guys
once
so that
in the
distance
mouth,
travels
and then
less
the rest are
distance, and
open
we can do
mouth.
more damage more quickly. But we also want to make
Harrier's
sure
your second favorite? Hell no, Harrier is my least favorite fight in the
we're also
game.
trying to manipulate which attacks we're getting because they're all distance-based as well.
I hate the Harrier fight
We're
with a
really trying to
passion.
avoid
Solidus
the
fight
long
is
distance
actually pretty fun.
knee rockets,
I like the Solidus fight.
which on European Extreme, everything but the machine gun.
Locked on to the face, but
is
it
a
luckily hit
one-hit
the knee.
kill.
That was really lucky.
So, and the knee rockets are notoriously difficult to dodge.
Also
So
found
we really
if you
need to
delay
avoid
the
that.
shot right
So we kinda
here,
stick a little
he will
close
jump
to
on
medium
stage,
range.
which is a bit better, I think. So
So the ray on stage is the
I'm
one
still
you really
figuring
gotta
out,
pay
but
attention to.
there's a
That's the
faster
one
method than what I'm
that
doing
the
here.
rockets,
but it's a bit
the rays
riskier,
only
and this is
have
kind of like
five.
my own
They kinda
in
walk
like
around the perimeter until
my
they
own
get to a
version of the
certain
fight.
position, and at that point they can start firing rockets as well. They're a little bit easier to deal with. You just kind of cartwheel to dodge them, but the ray on stage, if that fires rockets, your life's gonna flash before your eyes very quickly.
Luckily, no knee rockets happened. Luckily.
And Tyler will be trying to stand on or near the Stinger ammo pack. And by doing that, he's going to keep on getting those Stinger ammo missiles.
I hate that it
keep on firing
went on
shots.
to the back leg. That's
And,
really
all
bad.
throughout, he's been using the hook shot method to try and avoid the wingtip.
That one's... Oh, no.
Well, unlike
Yeah.
that.
You
That
can
guy wasn't very
sometimes
good.
do
Oh,
that.
get hit in the face. There you go.
But yeah,
Yeah, they can
it's
sometimes
those
just
little
bring
minor
down
things
their,
to
like,
make sure you're
wing
actually hitting your
for, like, no
shots.
reason.
Keeping-
They have some
keeping
random
spinners
movements, but that
out
right there
as
was a little
often as
annoying.
you possibly can, and just
Yeah, right here, I almost forgot about the Ray. Almost.
Really nice shot.
I think it was that
from
one.
There. He had the shot where you get them while they're doing their battle cry. It's a nice free shot since you're saving a missile shot, hitting him in the knee. You got to be really careful. The way Tyler's doing this, he's standing pretty
Also,
close to the edge.
the Ray with the lowest health will always jump on
And the
stage.
big thing here is
So,
just avoiding when they,
if
when
you
they
can,
jump
you
on
like to
stage,
damage the
go
ones that are
stage,
farther away the
they can
most.
Stomp you, and that's a one-hit kill. We're all kind of waiting in bated breath because 20 rays is about 6-7 minutes, so one mistake and it's all over. Any European extreme
That's so unlucky. If they're that close to you, they hardly do that attack. They're more likely to do that attack if they're across the stage. So if like for that Ray to do it right there was very unlucky.
Around you, keep on putting out that damage, keep them all situated,
Kind of upset that he did that.
firing, missiles at you or whatever.
And they can sometimes do that long range as
a lot of
well.
runners will actually go ahead and just take off their headsets and just focus entirely.
I cannot play this fight without sound. Oh, I should have shot him
See
once.
right there, that's what I was talking about.
That was close.
It's very close. You
It wasn't
the benefit of
close.
Being close to that for that distance for the missile shot.
They say it's close, but
Much
in
more
reality,
likely to stomp on
it's
you
not
if
that
you're
bad.
careful. But Tyler's really used to this strat as far as standing near him. There's different ways of setting this up on European Extreme. Some runners sit further in the back.
Okay, see, I'm kind of
just
like...
to avoid that.
Oh, that... Right here, I almost forgot about this Ray. Right here.
Sit further in the back just to avoid that situation.
Right there. I almost died there.
Yeah, and it was
Almost
stated
died
earlier,
there.
but
I
improvisation is
completely
one of the
forgot
biggest
about him
skills you
until
could possibly bring
the
to
very
the
last
game.
second. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a Ray on stage. Let me go kill him. My life flashed before my eyes, and at this point, my heart was fucking beating at like 300 BPM. Like I was fucking
You need to know, okay,
high
I
on
can
adrenaline
launch
at
by
that
doing
point
this, or
because
can
I
avoid the timing by
almost
doing this.
died.
So,
But hey,
improvisation
that's
is
what makes this fight fun,
one,
in my
pretty much.
opinion. Stuff like that happening makes it exciting.
Control of Sting
Get your blood flowing, you know.
As you were mentioning before about lock-on and stuff, you can either fire a shot.
Nice shot right there.
lock-on,
Very nice shot.
And then there's going to be a shorter distance there versus if you lock on then fire. But again, we want to fire those missiles as quickly as possible, pumping out that damage.
Make sure you see him lean back and then run immediately to the left.
That was brilliant.
Yeah. And now that we're in the D series models, we're getting pretty close to the end. Just got DO3G, DO4G, and DO5G.
See that one's getting focused on, so that one's coming up on
Again, we don't
stage
really have to
next.
kill them, we just have to deal that damage equivalent.
Being very careful, because this guy could be far away like this, and it can be near rocket. So I was being very cautious on where that guy was going to land. I didn't want him to be so far away that he would give me knee rockets, so I was being very cautious at this point, especially because the commentator just said I'm in the Ds, and I'm just like, okay, I am almost done. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they can actually fire the water cannon from off stage. It's very
And that's the
rare
Ray
that
fight.
can happen.
Very,
First
very
try.
solid. Very, very good.
Couple of scary moments there, but for the most part, it was good.
Yeah.
Couple.
Only
I was being very humble.
An hour. Correct.
Tyler's going to be doing a loop here with punches to take him out non-lethally. So you attack on his good side with 2 slashes. Not too quickly, or else you'll knock him over.
This fight didn't go according to
You
plan.
go to his,
A lot of stuff
bad
went
side,
wrong, like that.
knock him over.
EDU, thank you.
Man on fire, cartwheeling, no big deal. Now the big challenge of this fight
A lot of stuff went wrong here.
is the camera.
This fight normally doesn't go this bad.
Camera
I'm fairly good at this fight.
is kind of panning around as we move around, and it can be a little bit distracting.
Not only that, but
And because
also
of that
just
happening,
the directions you move.
A lot
when
of time
you push
wasted.
The analog stick in a certain direction, it can be unexpected at times.
And of course, if you're on this ledge and you move a little bit off like that, you can fall off. You're not going to die or anything, but it is kind of annoying.
Yeah, this is not according to plan.
Thankfully, Solidus is not a big deal, and it's a big relief after the Raze fight.
Yep. So phase 2.
Yeah,
Well,
ideally you would knock him down.
Yeah,
But
gets interesting.
Punch,
he
punch,
loses
punch, punch.
His Doc Ock arms, and
Ideally, but
he's gonna start scooting all over the place. And we're gonna reinitiate the loop, but the first attack we want to see coming back out of this is the People's Elbow, which sadly didn't happen.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
Yeah.
That's what we do not want to see.
Hate that
You
attack.
can do a double overhead slash. You can't block that, so you have to be ready to get out of the way. But again, we're on HD collection, so it's not going to do a ton of damage. If you're on PS2, though, out.
yeah, that does a good bit of damage on PS2.
But like I said, just reinitiate the loop, and no big deal.
Yeah, the camera in this fight really does not like being up against the edge of the arena.
You'd rather be on the opposite end of the stage. The camera's a lot friendlier there.
That makes the camera just
This one is just fucking, you know, drunk camera almost.
Yeah, and it's kind of oof.
Again.
wrong with you.
Like, this is, like, he is so mean right now.
He just wants that camera.
He's never done it that many times in succession.
Big stage.
He did it so much. The double overswing. So dumb.
Nope.
That's okay.
All right.
Are you going to go for the cartwheel finish? Bam.
Go for the cartwheel finish. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's like a 25-58 or so. A little bit off, but yeah, cartwheel finish.
So what was the final time?
This is a 126.01.
Nice, 126. That is well under estimate.
So I just recently started doing the whole cartwheel thing just as a joke, and Plywood said, "Are you gonna go for the cartwheel finish?" I didn't even think about it at the time. I'm like, "Oh, cartwheel finish. That sounds like a great idea." So I just set it to where he only had one hit left, and then created some distance, and then he zoomed towards me, and boop. Shout out to Plywood for reminding me about the cartwheel because I completely forgot about it. It was because that fight went so bad that I was just thinking about like 20 other things, and you know. Yeah, that was the GDQ run. I did say it in the video, but again, huge thanks to all you guys. You know, a lot of people from the MGSR community, followers have been watching me since day one. You guys made this possible. I just don't know what else to say. It's just starting speedrunning. My initial goal was just to get a decent time in Big Boss and get a Big Boss rank, European Extreme, and then it eventually evolved into what it is now, to where I'm trying to take the game as far as I can and trying to make it the best that I can. And the fact that I got selected to be at AGDQ 2019 is frankly amazing, given how last year kind of ended, and it was just everything seemed very gloom. But I had woken up one morning, the day that the games list came out. I was actually going for a walk at like 6 in the morning. I come back, and then I get like 10 Discord notifications, and I hear them say, "Congratulations, congratulations." I'm like, what are they talking about? And long and behold, I actually made it in, which I was very shocked because I wasn't entirely confident. I mean, I felt okay, like, for the submission tape, but I felt like it could have been a little bit better. But it's just kind of crazy thinking about, like, you know, January 2017, I started learning this game on PC and started doing tanker stuff. And here I am now, speedrunning at like AGDQ in front of 140,000 people. And how many views? 92,000 views on YouTube already. 1.2 thousand likes. Only 36 dislikes. This, like, my main fear going into AGDQ was that I would butcher it. It would be terrible. I would, like, you know, fumble my words. I'd say something I wasn't supposed to, whatever. Like, that was my biggest fear, is just, like, making myself look like an idiot, which I know is, you know, little screw-ups here and there, but I think overall it went well. I went to Twitter afterwards. Nothing but positive stuff on Twitter, which there's also, like, what I didn't know is that people do a lot of fan art and, like, fan drawings and stuff like that, and there was quite a bit for MGS2, and I was very shocked. There was even one with my face in it. It was they were portraying during the Arsenal Gear sequence, and it says, "Tyler, turn the game console off now," and it's a very detailed like drawing of me in the codec screen. It was very nice. I had retweeted it, but yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Like I said, it's not over yet. As I've stated before, it's still stuff to do, still things I want to do, but this here is a big achievement of mine, and I'm very proud of being a part of GDQ and helping charity, of course, but also just playing on this stage in front of so many people is really good. Can we see? Sure. Retweeted it. Oh yeah, this happened.
And then right over here, my two digital mentors of the only speedrun that I know in a little race.
Python, then I doing a race, and then 2P1C Twin Snakes with Plywood and Airlian. Trying to find. Yeah, because I retweeted all the fan art stuff. Also, this picture right here, I don't know how they got this picture to look so good, but this is my profile picture on Facebook. This is on my goddamn Tinder. This picture is great, and I don't take photos that well, so. And they got 99 likes, 26 retweets. I don't even know, what are the comments on this thread? About to drop a new record for that picture. One for the whole family, weed leaves on the shirts of people broadcasting on the couch. Weed leaf? Oh, they're talking about Python shirt. That wasn't weed leaves, I'm pretty sure. Wasn't. I have the codec alert sound ringtone. I gotta turn it off. Yeah, that wasn't a weed leaf. What the fuck? Yeah, that wasn't that at all. Oh yeah, this right here. Tyler, turn the game console off right now, and then great. This right here. Yeah, Trisha Bayfield. Wait, is this? Is this the person that was reading off my... This may have been the person that was reading off my donations. I think that was her. I could be wrong, though. Oh, yeah. Someone said that, like, this is their favorite part of the run whenever... Because the way that I mash for the trigger, I'm kind of like flapping my hand back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It sure isn't. Oh, it's not? Okay. Maybe I'm imagining things, but... You can't even see if it's on full screen. I'll just...
Turning over there and just walk right by him.
And,
This is faster, by the way. Yeah, this is just for fun. This is faster, doing it like this.
Yeah, it just speeds up the animation a little bit.
Just the back and forth. I'm just flapping my hand back and forth really fast. Yeah, and this Women in the Air. I like this one. This one's nice. Yeah, this is the practice run. Fairly 133.10 practice run is really good. Just landing, taking off. So that's the fan art. There's a couple others, but I didn't get the chance to retweet it. Yeah. Time is it? Probably thinking about signing off here pretty soon, but yeah, guys. For those of you that are new here to GDQ, welcome. I mostly stream MGS games, including MGS2. One thing I should have done is I should have shouted out my stream. I didn't think about doing that, but it's okay. It'll be alright. I'll know for next time. But yeah, I mainly spear on MGS2. There's some other stuff that I'll be doing, especially for SGDQ coming up. I have 3 things that I'm planning on submitting so far, or that I have ideas of submitting. I am wanting to do Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty European Extreme PAL on the PS2, which probably won't get in because I just did MGS2, so that probably won't happen. There's also Airgeit's brand new quest, Hard Koji, which is a dungeon crawler on the PlayStation 1 that is completely random. It's like a full randomizer, so that may get an awful block or something. And the only other thing that I'm planning of right now is MGS1 Big Boss Any Percent on console on the PSTV, and I'm wanting to do that as well. So I'm looking to submit those 3 to SGDQ so far. I don't know if I'll submit anything else, but for now, those are the 3 games that I will be submitting. And even if I don't get a run-in, I will most likely be going. About, like I said, 80% sure that I'll be going to SGDQ 2019 in Minneapolis. So, be on the lookout for that. Like I said, I will have a schedule out by the end of the day, for sure. I will try to stream if I can tonight. Very likely that I will be streaming once I get home. For those of you, like I said, that may have came in later, if you would like to hang out in my Discord, I have my... Did I misspell Discord? I think I did. There it is, okay. So, there's my Discord server. You know, I'm there pretty often. I have a couple channels. I'm wanting to expand it a little bit more now. But, yeah, big milestone, 1,000 followers. I'll be doing something for that for sure. And not to mention, if you want to learn one of these games like MGS2 and you want some resources more than just myself, please join MGSR. Big community Discord for all Metal Gear speedruns, all that you can think of, even Acid, which no one's ran, but it is pretty much routed. But any game you can think of, there are resources to learn from, and people who are interested in the speedrun for, even if they're not active, they are willing to help you. And if you would like to learn one of these games, MGS1, MGS2, Metal Gear 1, like any of them, join that server and ask for help. A lot of people in the community are very welcoming and will point you in the right direction. Because that's how I pretty much got started, was in the MGSR community, going in there, asking a bunch of questions. Even Acid, yep. But yeah, I have class in about 30 minutes, so it's about a 15-minute drive to get back to college. But again, want to thank you guys so much for watching. Cloud with the late host, as I'm about to sign off. Sorry, dude. I just recapped everything and watched a fair bit of the run. But also, shoutouts to Plywood for being on the couch, doing a lot of the commentating, and especially Strut D. I could not have even begun to explain Strut D while doing it at the same time. But yeah, big shoutouts to Plywood, Pythonicus, and Mini Omega King, who are the 3 behind me there on the couch. Without them, that run wouldn't have been what it was. Their commentary added to the run quite a bit.
Thanks for your support.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Bad plan. Thanks for liking my stream. Yeah, like I said, guys, I will be back later tonight with some MGS2, and if you are in my Discord server, I will be probably making a channel while I'm at work, and I'll be making a schedule, and I'd like to have a semi-consistent schedule of 3 to 5 days of streaming per week. So I'm going to try and make a consistent schedule of doing streams, and yeah, just keep updated in the Discord, and we're going to find someone to host. Let's see if anyone in the MGSR community is streaming right now. Does not look like anyone is streaming on my follow list, so as far as the Metal Gear community, I didn't even stream because you were on. Fair enough. I'm gonna host Xarion. He's doing Pokemon Crystal Chikorita percent. Hope you guys enjoy Xarion, and like I said, I will be back later today, and go in the Discord, and I will keep you guys updated. And thank you guys so much for all the follows, for the support, the love. Appreciate it, and I will be back later today. you guys for watching.